All right. So basically, just keep you guys up to speed. Really, Kuf Samech Aleph is the really the first siman of Hilkhot Ribit. The other stuff was more side points, and he basically introduces the distinction between Avak Ribit and Ribit Gamur. Right. So actually, let's, with your permission, Joey, if you don't mind, you want to redo it a little bit?
Yeah, well, one of the boys read. I don't mind. It's fine. Go back. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start from the beginning of Kuf Samech Aleph.
Go ahead. One of you guys read. No problem. Go ahead. Who's reading? Go ahead.
Richie, go ahead. I'm learning it now.
Okay.
You hear us, Richie? No, we don't hear you. We don't hear you, Richie. Yeah.
So it's okay. Maybe I'll just do it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Now we hear you guys.
Okay, so I was having an issue with the audio for some reason. Okay, so Kuf Samech. Where do you want me to start?
Samech Aleph. We'll start. We're gonna go back. Joey and I did 1 or 2 sessions, but we'll go back.
Okay. And I should use the new book?
And now we're doing the tour.
I want to do the tour. Okay. Here we go. Okay, כל דבר? אוקיי, כל דבר אסור ללוות בתוספת בין כסף בכסף, בין אוכל באוכל, בין אוכל בכסף, בין כסף באוכל. Okay, so money for money, food for food, food for כסף, and כסף for food. אף אגב דכתיב נשך כסף, נשך אוכל, מרבינן כל דבר.
Right. So the Torah limits it. It says neshech kesef neshech ochel, mashma nothing else except kesef ochel. So we say no marbina kol davar. We from a klal fatuchlal, we extend it to everything, not just kesef and ochel.
Good. Okay.
Kol davar ashirishach. So kol davar we exclude everything, right? But upeshri.
פרשרי, חוץ מקרקע, כגון שהלווה לו 5 גפנות טעונות בשש.
שהלווה לו 5 גפנות טעונות, כמה? בשש.
אוקיי, וחוץ מפחות משווה פרוטה.
So those are the 2 things that don't apply to the beat according to the Ri, right? Karka. Now, what does it mean? I lend you karka. So that's a funny thing. In other words, we always need to have in mind the distinction between halva'a and she'ela, right? Halva'a means I lend you something that you have to return something else back to me. It's what we call the hotza'anitan, right? I'm not expecting you to return that object back. She'elah is I am expecting you to return the object back to me. As we will see, in She'elah, there's no such deen as ribit. When I lend you something and you give it back to me and you pay me more money, that's just taking She'elah and turning it into schirut, right? If I give you a field and I say, okay, you can have it for 30 days and you return me the field in 30 days and you pay me extra money, that's just rent. That's not ribit, right? So clearly, when it comes to she'elah, ribit is not an issue b'chlal. Ribit is only a question of halva'ah. I give you something, you have the total right to use it, and I should expect you to actually use it, right? It would be bizarre if I gave you $1,000 and you said, please, I need $1,000. Can I borrow? Yeah, here's $1,000. And then I get the exact same bills back after a month. That would not be expected. That's called mabel anytime. That would be bizarre. So that's the question of ribit. When it comes to she'elah, there's no ribit. So nemelah, the Tur has to find a case of karka that's halva. No, because if I gave you my land and you lived on it and then you returned me the land, of course you're supposed to pay. That's called rent. Ella now, what's the case of Ribit by karka where we say it doesn't apply? So he comes to a case where I am not necessarily expected to give back what I was given. And that is, I lent you 5 vines filled with grapes. And in turn, you returned, now obviously I'm supposed to consume the grapes. In turn, you returned to me 6 vines. Now, had those vines not been connected to the ground, and I ate up 5 grinds worth of grapes, and you gave me 6 grinds, that would be the bit gemura, right? That would be the bit ba'ochel. But since it's connected to the ground, right, it now has the deen of karka, and therefore there's no deen of ribit. That's the first case where he says karka is different. The second case is when it's paham mishaveh pruta. Paham mishaveh pruta, ribit, according to the Ri, is mutar. Okay? The harama, and now there's
והרמה כתב, ואפילו בפחות משווה פרוטה, אסור מן התורה. אבל אין מוציאים אותו בדיינים עד שיש בו שווה פרוטה.
Right. So that's the only difference is Ed Motzin Uto B'Dayanim, but it's still Asur Min HaTorah.
Yeah, okay. אמר קיפטון, אמר הרחמן?
Yeah.
Okay, אמר הרחמן, כללה דרביתה, כל אגד נתר לי אסור. אוקיי, פירוש, שבשביל המתנת מעותיו נותן לו שכר בין אם דרך הלוואה או דרך ממכר או שכירות. אלא שאם הוא דרך מקח הוא מדרבנן וזהו אבק ריבית. ואינה יוצאה בדיינים.
So the Rahman gives Klala de Rebita, Kol Agar Natarli Asur. Anytime I'm waiting for my money and I get paid, I get a reward for waiting, a God reward. Natar is waiting, right? Right? Anytime I get reward for waiting for my money, Asur, Bishvil Shamtanat Ma'otav. Right? Bishvil Shamtanat Ma'otav, noten lo schar. And that's ben derech halva'ah or derech mekach, doesn't make a difference. Or schirut, even schirut, doesn't make a difference. Since I whether I loan you money and you take a longer time to pay back, so you give me money for it, or I sell you something and I give you longer terms to pay, but therefore I charge you for those better terms to pay, or schirut, right? That's the Gemara's case, right? I say, listen, pay me up front, and you get a month free for the year. But the difference here is between avak ribit and real ribit is the avak ribit is done derech mekah. And since it's done b'derech mekah, it's avak ribit, and what's the nafkamina? Ena yotzah b'dayanim.
Rabbi, does this include currency fluctuations?
For sure. Currency fluctuations are definitely problematic.
So if a person goes and gives you time, whether it's accidental or if it's done on purpose, and then later on you pay the person back in the currency, and you both work in 2 different currencies. So now to you, it's cheaper than it was beforehand, and to them, or more expensive, and to them, they're making a bit larger profit, or vice versa, I guess. I don't know, either way. But definitely, if it's the person's making more money because of the currency fluctuations having waited longer, is that avak ribit?
Yeah.
What it is?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. In other words, we're going to see pretty explicitly that if it's shaveh mea prutot and it comes down, right, it's definitely a problem. On both sides of the coin, if the currency went up or if the currency went down, the lender is going to have to bear this burden. right?
Why is, I'm saying, let's say it's based on Mekach, not a lender.
Right.
Still,
So you're saying, how far do we go in a Hilkhot Ribit? That's what you're asking.
yeah, I'm saying somebody provides me a service, right? I pay them back over a period. I'm sorry. Let's say, there was it took a long time for a person to pay so provides me a service. It takes me a long time to pay them back. During that time, currency fluctuated 10%, one way or the other, right? So, but I'm paying him back in my currency. He's taking it in I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm paying it in his currency, which I would gain that benefit from. Saying or either way.
Okay, to go back to Kof Samech, Halakha Kaf Aleph. That's really what we're talking about here. But here, I don't know, seems to be talking about a halva'a. Halakha Kaf Gima. No, Kaf Aleph. I'm ב-120, right? מעיקרה 100 בדנקה. בסוף 120. So let's say the danka is the standard. So I lend you 100 prutot, which is worth a danka. The currency now goes down. And now that danka is worth 120, I now cannot charge you 120, and if I do, that's the bid deoraita. However, let's say I lend you 100, and I want to get 100 back, but the currency went up, and now it's 80 bedanka, but I take the 100 prutot, I'm over on Isur de Rabbanan. So in either case, if the currency goes up, I can only take the 100. If the currency goes down, I have to take the 80. In other words, it's not consistent, right? You may say, okay, listen, if it goes, in other words, do we care about the danka? Do we care about the me'ah? So the bottom line is we care about both. Me'ah goes to 120, you have to take the me'ah. You can't take the danka. Me'ah goes to 80, you can't take the me'ah. You have to take the danka and go down to 80. Either way, what's worse for the lender? Whatever's worse for the lender is what we pay. That's what Maran is talking about here in a lending case. In currency fluctuation, you always have to the lender has to be on the losing side. In other words, either he gets less prutot than he lent, or he gets the same prutot than he lent. Right? He can never get more prutot than he lent, and sometimes he can't even get the same amount of prutot. That's the halacha that we saw in Kof Samech Kaf Aleph.
But that's not providing service. That's just an actual lending.
Now that's the basic. In the Bet Yosef, on that, he talks about how this would apply to schirut. Okay? And let me just see 1 second. Here it is. No, not sure. Right, so the Bet Yosef, מעכב דמי שכירות חברו במה שיכול להרוויח במעות, שחייב לתת לו ואין לו משום ברית, I'll have to get back to you on the case of the how that implies into money, right? That's pretty much the story in Kof Samech Seif Kaf Aleph. The question is, does that apply for a case when it comes to a Hilkhot Ribit, only does it apply to Ribit B'halba'a, right? We'll see. I'm not sure of that, right? The Yosef seems to apply it. I want to go over that. Okay. All right. Back to our story. And let's read the Bet Yosef.
כל דבר אסור ללוות בתוספת, ברייתא בריש איזהו נשך. פירש רי חוץ מקרקע, כגון שווה לו 5 כפנות, that's like it. שם, בתוספות, משמע דבריהם דקרקע בקרקע מסופקים הם, אי שערי מן התורה. ואף על פי שהראש כתב דשערי משמע דהיינו מדאורייתא, אבל דרן מיהו אפשר דאסור.
Right. So first of all, Maran here is checking the Torah's recording of the situation. That the Torah seems to indicate the karka is not a beat. But first of all, the Tosfot, which is the source of the Torah's din, mashmad it's misafek. They're not sure this halakha that there's no beat bakarka, and the Rosh who's sure that there's no beat bakarka says that's only midoraita. But midrabanan, he brings the possibility that it is asur.
אפשר דאסור. וכתב עוד שם, הראש, דעבדים ושטרות, לקה למיעוטה, דלא שייך ריבית אלא בהבאה, דבר שניתן להוצאה. אבל שאלה...
ריבית is only דבר שניתן, אבל בשאלה...
לא שייך ריבית אלא שכירות.
It's just not loaning it to you. It's not I'm loaning it to you with interest. I'm renting it to you.
I'm renting it, right. ותמיהה לי מילתא, דעתו עבדים ושטרות, מי לא שייך בהו הלוואה, שנותן לו עבד אחד, שייתן לו עבד אחד, כדי שייתן לו אחר זמן שניים אחרים, right?
Right, so maybe there is Hotza'ah Nitana. We can turn Eved into halva'ah, not sheila. I loan you a slave,
right?
And I want you to pay me, and you could sell the slave, do whatever you want. It's a slave market here. And then you could sell me, you could pay me back with 2 other comparable slaves. Right, it's a market.
Yeah, and I give you back 2 after a certain amount of time. Why do I even need that harzman there? Just because I'm dealing with agad natar?
Right, because you just want Rabbi. If it's right away, then there's no.
Then there's no. It's 1 for 1. Okay, but there's no issue in terms of this quality of the slave. This guy can enlist. This guy can do not. Whatever.
You'd have to have a value. Every slave is evaluated in the slave market.
Okay. אוקיי, זמן שנים אחרים. ושטר נמי משכח עליה, שנותן לו שטר חוב מ100 זוז, כדי שאחד זמן ייתן לו שטר חוב מ200. So they buying debt?
Right, I sell you debt. I have debt for this guy 100. You need the money now. I said, here, go take the shtar and go get that. But a month or 2 later, I want to collect back and say, here, I give you $200 worth of debt from somebody else.
All right. וכתב הר"ן, קרקע אין בה משום ריבית. מיהו הנמילה בהלוואת קרקע, אבל בהלוואת כסף, אם נתן לו ריבית קרקע, אסור.
Right. That's only when the method of loan is karka and I'm paying karka. But when the method of loan is kesef and I'm just paying back karka, I can't pay more. That's for sure.
אוקיי. וכן דעת התוספות עד כאן. וכך כתב רבנו ירוחם חיי אדם או לזה?
בחלק אדם.
בחלק אדם, אוקיי. וכתב עוד שהרשב"א חולק על דעת התוספות והראש וסובר דאף קרקע יש בו ריבית. Even direct. קרקע לקרקע.
קרקע. יש פה ריבית, according to that.
Right. Okay. מה כתב רבנו חוץ מפחות משווה פשוטה, כן כתבו התוספות והראש שם. אוקיי. Next. אמר רחמן, כללה דריביתה, סמכים על עמוד שני, וזו אבק ריבית ואינה יוצא בדיינין. Right? So that was, this was the דרך מקח, right?
Right.
אוקיי, וכתוב בנימוקי יוסף, דבבד לשאת ידי שמיים חייב להחזיר.
Right, so Nimukei Yosef says, even in Avak Rabit, even though Eno Yotzem Dayanim, But if you want to be Yotzei Yedei Hava Klapei Shamayim, you have to return it.
אוקיי, וכך נראה בתוך דברי הראש והרמב"ן. פוסקים ונזכר דברי רבנו בסימן קס"ו. לכן כתב הר"ן, וכתב עוד שיש אומרים שאפילו בבעל לשאת ידי שמיים אינו חייב להחזיר. Right, we're not going to actually make you do anything about it. But you're going to be an issue upstairs.
In Avak Ribit, even you don't have to be Yotzei Yedei Shamayim.
Good, okay. אוקיי, וכתבו תלמידי הרשב"א שזהו דעת הרמב"ן. והרשב"א כתב בתשובה, ריבית מאוחרת אין ניתן לחזרה. ואפילו בבא לשאת ידי שמיים, וכך מפרש עוד מדבריו בתשובה אחרת, ריבית מאוחרת קיל מאבק ריבית.
ריבית מאוחרת is even less severe than Avak Ribit. Avak Ribit is still at the time of the transaction. It's just not a loan transaction, right? So it's more mekel than Avak Ribit.
Okay. Okay, כתוב בספר הצילומות, דכל אבק ריבית ושטר מנחינן לה, ולא מגבינן לה. ושטר העומד לגבות לאו כגבוי דמי.
Right. So you have a shtad, you have a Avak Ribit and a shtad. There's two ways to look at it.
Okay.
Either once I have a Avak Ribit in the shtad, kol ha'omed legavot kigavui dame. It is if I already collected it, and therefore I can go get the money because I already collected it, and I don't have to return it, and the money's like it's already in my thing. I didn't have a shtad, so I didn't collect it yet. So I can collect it. Or lemashal, you handed me a check. You handed me a check for Avak Ribit. Can I cash it? Now the rabbi, we talk about this Avak Ribit asur. I have the check already. The check is a start. So is that considered paid or not? So if I say kol ha'omed legavot kigavui dame, it's as if he paid me already. So I don't have to return the check. I can actually cash the check. Right? But if I say kol ha'omed kigavui lav kigavui dame, no, he didn't pay me anything. It's just a start in my possession. And therefore, he didn't pay me. I have to return the check or rip up the check.
You're equating the check with a star?
Yeah.
So the check is, I think, even more than a star, no?
I don't think so.
Star, I still is michusag uvaina. I still have to go collect the money from the guy. The check is cash in my hand. I can cash it in 1 second. They won't put it back. It's out of his control to stop me from cashing.
So you haven't dealt a lot of business in the Syrian community. Checks are. Yeah, checks are generally considered a shtar because they're not really cash. If it was what they call the certified check, right? You know, we go to the bank. Zimamash cash. Well, the check stam I think is still din shtarot.
The banks view checks as cash though. Like you can't I know we post date checks, but there's no such thing according to the bank. You could deposit that check earlier.
Right. You can deposit the check earlier. Sometimes they give you a hard time. But
you
by the way,
value-wise until it clears.
There's another enough coming now for this question. I mean, this is not really related. In Israel, it's a little different than here. In Israel, it is illegal to cancel a check. It's illegal. It's a criminal offense to cancel a check. You give a guy a check and you cancel the check. I mean, you could do it in the bank. They'll do it, but it's a crime. It's a crime. It's funny. It's a crime that they let you do, but it's a crime. I don't think it's a crime in America, right? I don't think so. And therefore, many of the poskim say that in Israel, a check, like Joey said, is better than a shtad, and it could be kigavui dam. That if I have a check, it's as if I collect it. How? For example, I'll give you enough chamina. Most people in this corona recently, rentals, people who paid rent, many poskim was said that if you have a rental and that you owe a guy rent on your apartment and you couldn't use your apartment because of the corona, it's makat medina, you're exempt from paying the rent. However, if you pay, you may not be able to get it back. It's the general. Both sides. Now what happens? Most cases when it comes to rental, you give the guy 12 post-dated checks. Is that considered motzi or not? Most poskim are saying still considered motzi. But some poskim wrote, I think of Zalman Nechemi Goldberg or someone, they will posek that if he has post-dated checks, it's no longer motzi. Because in Israel, since you can't cancel checks, or it's illegal to cancel checks, it's motzi. And therefore, I can't, he already has the money. So there's enough coming now. About most of the poskim, Ben Ba'alis, look at check, at cash, as a check as not something that's yours already. But anyway, that's just the example I gave to apply it. But the classic case he's talking about here is a shtar. I have a shtar against you, I go to Bet Din, right? If we say I collected it already because I have a shtar. If we say I didn't collect. And how you deal with the actual check, I think many poskim deal with checks to shtar. I think that's what they do. I don't think they view it as mamash cash.
Okay.
All right, let's.
Very good.
Maybe Shulchan Aruch at least. All right.
כל דבר אסור לבוא בתוספת בפחות משווה פרוטה. יש איסור ריבית, אבל אין מוציאים אותו בדיינין.
Right?
Yeah.
So first of all, he's posek, right? That even b'fahot mishaveh pruta is isur b'bid. Not like three, more like that. Even b'fahot, like the Ramah, that it's asur b'bid, like en mosin oto b'dayani. Even b'fahot mishaveh pruta.
הגהה, כללה דריבית כלשהו אגר נטר אסור. בין שהוא דרך מקח, בין שהוא דרך הלוואה. אלא שבדרך מקח אינו רק אבק ריבית שהוא מדרבנן.
Right, so he says,
Yeah.
right? כללה דריבית, like כלשהו אגר נטר, לשון אגר נטר, right? שכר נטר, waiting. Natar literally in Aramaic means shamar, right? But shamar in Hebrew doesn't always mean watch, but it means wait also, right? The Aviv shamar et davar. Aviv didn't watch it, but he waited for it, right? Sigam shamar. So agar natar means sachar for waiting for your money, right? You get payment for waiting for your money.
Yeah.
Right? So ben shu derech mekah, ben shu derech halva'ah. And the derech mekah ain't no rakavak rebit, it's the rabbanan, right? So when it comes to derech mekah, the rabbanan. Now, you have now the book, right? So
Yeah.
I'll just say, look at Aleph, just to sum up a little bit of the book there.
אין הוראה ברורה?
Yeah,
כל דבר?
yeah.
אוקיי, כל דבר בין כסף, בין אוכל או סחורה, ואף על פי שאין הריבית ממין ההלוואה אסור מן התורה.
Right? So I give you kesef, you give ochel, right? It's still a sunnah Torah.
בהבאת קרקע עבדים ושטרות, כלומר שטרי חוב, נחלקו הפוסקים עם שייך ריבית.
There we have a mahloket, right? We saw that also.
וחתם הר"ם בבית יוסף, שאפילו להפוסקים שסובלים שלא שייך איסור ריבית באלו, היינו מן התורה, אבל מדרבנן מודים שאסור, ולכן סתם כאן לאסור ולא חלק בזה.
So here, Maran is saying that even though there's a mahloket, whether it be the shayach by karka and eved, right? Even according to the matirim, will be osir de rabbanan. So Maran we want to make this haluk.
ואם עבר והלווה קרקע בריבית, והלווה קרקע בריבית, כגון שהלווה לו, הלווה לו 5 גפנים טעונות בוסר ב6, שזה נחשב קרקע, כיוון שהגפנים צריכים לקרקע, כמו שכתב בשולחן ערוך חושן משפט. וכן, אם הלווה לו קרקע על מנת שיחזיר לו קרקע אחרת גדולה יותר, אף על פי שעבר על איסור, אין כופין אותו להחזיר את הריבית.
Right, so what's the
לא יוצא בדיינים.
Maran didn't really decide here. There is enough kamina. Because if we hold that it's a sur midrabanan, so then in mahzirin. If we hold like the Rashba that it's a sur midoraita, so mahzirin. Then in mahzirin. Since it's a mahloket, mozim mahabiru ala baraya. And it's a mahloket, we posek in mahzirin.
אבל אם בא לשאת ידי שמיים, צריך להחזיר, זה לא גרע מהבק ריבית, כדי לעם בסעיף הבא.
So that's just the general, how we work.
You don't, but Maran said you don't מחזיר.
What?
He said you don't מחזיר. Or maybe he had a, no, he said, הם מוציאים לדיינים.
No, Maran said we posek, אם בא להחזיר, מחזיר, לצאת ידי שמיים. We brought a mahloket.
It's next, we didn't read it in Shulchan Aruch. About we didn't say b'dayanim, in Bala say the Shemaim Chayav Lachzir. We didn't see how he's posek that, but according to the tour, we didn't see that was for sure. Okay. אבל מיהו, אם אמר לו, הלך 5 אמות מקרקעי, על מנת שתן לי 6 מקרקעיך, אין כאן בית מחוש. דחליפין נינו ומותר.
So if I say, give me, here's 5 square feet from karka,
right,
and give me 6 square feet of your karka, that's not a problem. It means we're just doing halifin, we're doing an exchange of, it's a sale, and therefore it's fine. Maybe you like my karka better, maybe it's in a better area, right? Yeah. Yesh b'davar kazeh, l'mashal, you have a house on Essen East 4th, and the other guy has a house on Essen East 7th. And I tell them, listen, let's switch houses. And but your house on Essen East 4th is 40, and my house on Essen East 7th is 200 by 100. The halifin, the mutar, the lot of people.
Right. ואם לא כסף המנת שיפרע לו הקרן במעות וריבית קרקע הווה ריבית גמורה ויוצא בדיינים. Right, so we saw that also. ונראה שהוא הדין אם עבר 5 גפנים טעונות על מנת שיפרע לו 5 גפנים טעונות ויוסיף לו כסף בריבית.
That's also asur.
Right. ולעניין הבאת שטרות בריבית, שלווה הוא שטר חוב ששווה 100 זוז, על מנת שיפרע שטר חוב ששווה 200, יש אומרים, דהווה כהלוואת כסף ממש, כיוון שעיקר ההלוואה היא הממון והשטר אינו אלא לראיה. Right, because the core here is really the money, and the shtar is just the proof.
Okay, I want you to go down to 4 lines from the bottom. You see where there's a Yud Gimel?
Yeah, Pashut.
Min ha'amur.
4 lines from the from the bottom of it. Yeah, Min ha'amur yotze shehalva'a b'ribit besik shel hamalveh.
Check.
Pasik. What is that?
Check.
Oh, but check. There you go. Nice. At least it wasn't a Hebrew word that I don't know. Okay, Min ha'amur yotze shehalva'a b'ribit besik shel hamalveh והלווה פורע בצ'ק שלו, הרי זו ריבית קצוצה ויוצא בדיינים. אבל אם המלווה הווה צ'ק של אחר שיש בידו, והלווה פורע יותר בצ'ק של אחר שיש בידו, אף על פי שעברו על איסור ריבית, הם מוציאים הריבית בדיינים.
So in other words, I give you a check, and you pay me back with a check, that's a rebit mamash. I write you a check, right. $500. But if we do other people's checks, right? I have blank checks people give me, okay? And they make it out to me, or I sign the back of the check and, double endorsed check. So that's a shtad. And if you pay me back with also double endorsed check, that's shtad b'shtad. And therefore, it's only Ribit Rabbanan and in Motzim b'dayanim.
That was like the cases we saw with the three people in terms of him lending him, but the other guy paying him back.
Yeah. So I just wanted to see that. Okay. Let's read the next Seif in Shulchan Aruch quickly.
אבק ריבית אינה יוצא בדיינין, ואם בא לשאת ידי שמיים, חייב להחזיר. הגעה, מלבד ריבית מוקדמת ומאוחרת, אפילו לשאת ידי שמיים, אינו חייב להחזיר.
So the ריבית מוקדמת ומאוחרת, we're going to say is worse, or is less of a ריבית, less ריבית than even אבק ריבית, and therefore it's you don't have
חייב להחזיר, even if
even let's say ידי שמיים. Right? Okay. Okay. Read Zion. Go here. That's important.
בדיינין?
Yeah.
אוקיי. ואם הלווה עדיין לא נתן אבק ריבית למלווה, אסור לו לתנוע אף על פי שכתבו בשטר.
But this is the case where in Avak Ribit, right? If I have a shtad, is it as if I collected it or not? So he says, no, it's not like, it's like you didn't collect it.
הוא הדין, אם נתן למלווה שטר חוב על אבק ריבית, או שנתן לו שטר חוב שיש לו על אחר בעד הריבית, צריך המלווה להחזירו לו ואסור לגבותו.
You can't collect it because the shtar hov is like, it's not that we don't consider it that it already is collected.
Right.
Okay?
הנה כמובן סימן גם שנחלקו אחרוני זמנו אם צ'ק דינו ככסף ממש או כשטר חוב דלאו כגבוי דמי. ומזכרה מרן הרש"ל ראשון ציון זצ"ל להווה כשטר חוב.
So Hamavad Yas posek that a check is not cash, that a check is mamash, nothing more than a shtar hov. And therefore, if you have the check, you can't cash it. I gave you, I lent you $500. You give me a check back for $60. Not lent. We had a deal. You paid me extra money because of the timing, and I have it. And you wrote the check. I have the check in my pocket. I didn't cash the check yet, and now some rabbi tells me, "Oh, what do you mean? Avak Ribit. I can't cash the check. It's not. It's as if I didn't get paid yet. It's considered a shtar hov.